What it do to all my motherfucking free game people out there, man? To all of my FMB people out there. Today, I'm here to talk to y'all about resistance. Now, not only just resistance, but a resistance and acceptance, nigga. So not only have I been learning and visualizing and seeing all the resistance in my life, seeing all of the things that not even necessarily that life is pushing back on me on, is that I'm pushing back on life with. If you understand like what I'm saying. I'm starting to see that the only thing that's stopping things from flowing for me is the idea of resisting and the feeling of resisting, not accepting things. See what I'm saying? And now I don't want y'all to think that once you accept some shit that it causes it to go right. I don't want y'all to feel like once you just have this idea of acceptance that it make it right. Because what the fuck is right and wrong anyway, if we being honest. But I'm telling you that to feel some type of internal peace, you know what I'm saying? To feel that, you need to have, first you need to understand the resistances within yourself. Seeing what you are pushing back on mentally and you trying to think your way out of. That's the first thing you need to do. That's a real big part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then after you see all those resistances, then you need to see in ways or you need to look at yourself and you need to think of ways that you can think or ways that you can, I'm going to say ways you think. That's for me. I don't know. Some of y'all may have different ways of saying it. I'm going to just use that. But you need to think of ways that you can think to go with the flow of life in a sense. That can be confusing because then people just think just do whatever. My nigga, don't be out here doing whatever. There is some type of divine order to things, but you gotta take away that resistance to shit happening to you. You gotta take away that resistance to things changing. You gotta take away that resistance to taking steps to grow, and just accept, my nigga. Like you literally, it's so complex sometimes that it's simple. Things can be so complex, but yet so simple at the same time. And the only thing that makes it complex is the resistance. When you resist it and you pushing back on it, you make it complex through the thought processes that comes behind resisting. Well, what if this? And what if that? And what if I do it and this happen? And what if I do? That's you bringing a complication to it. When the acceptance is simple. The acceptance is, it can be it is what it is. That can be your version of acceptance. It can be all things work out in my favor. That can be another version of acceptance. But in a sense, acceptance is simple. Acceptance is something that is not super complicated to think about. You don't have to think very hard to be in an acceptance mindset. See what I'm saying? Because then after the acceptance and you feel that acceptance, you understand that everything has some type of divine order to it. You put yourself in the present moment. You take yourself out of your mind and put yourself in the right now. You start to just be at that point because you are accepting to all things that comes in. Now, understand, I have to make this so clear because people take shit very literal. When I say accept, my nigga, that don't mean just anything that happened to you, you just accept it in the sense that you won't do nothing about it or you have no worry about some of the natural or needed worries in life. I'm not going to tell you not to do that because that is a part of the process too, y'all. Feel me? Sometimes you got to have a little bit of worry so you can have some shit moving. But that goes into the acceptance to the work that's needed to be done to grow. That's another form of acceptance. So I need to be clear because I know my verbiage can be a little, not super understanding. Words are confusing. But if you constantly feeling that pushback and you constantly are resisting the flow of the way things are going, you will constantly be in turmoil with yourself. in your mind, really. And that's the worst place to be in turmoil, because that never be quiet. You in turmoil in your mind, that shit gonna chat all day, all night, 7 days a week, 24/7. See what I'm saying? So it's so very important to find ways to have an acceptance mindset, because it's peaceful, my nigga. And I'm not saying it like I have it all the time. I'm not perfect, you feel me? There be times where I be resisting like a motherfucker. I be around this bitch, hell no, that ain't about to happen. No, that's not how this is about to go. You know, I'm also I know that can be a control freak with certain things. But that right there in itself is the path to suffering, y'all. Understand that resistance, and then understand the acceptance that need to come with it, man. Free game, I'm out of here. I love y'all.